Good morning. Welcome to the Healthy Wealth and Wise podcast. Today, we're going to focus on a new series that we're adding to our podcast called the Pickleball Playbook, the ultimate podcast for players of all ages who want to stay in the game and avoid those pesky injuries. So, I am your host, Dr. William T. Choctaw, today, and we'll be diving into the world of pickleball movements, gear, and health. In each episode, we'll explore practical tips, expert advice, and success stories from the court. Whether you are a seasonal pro or a newbie with a paddle, this podcast is your go to resource for staying injury free and maximizing your pickleball experience. So, today, we're going to talk about active aging, pickleball's health benefits. As always, we like to say that this is part of our masterclass series of Masterclass Medicine, and our purpose is to inform, to educate, and to motivate. We want to give you information so that you are more informed than you were before. We want that information to somehow change or influence your behavior. And we want that change in behavior to be a motivational force for you to help others in addition to helping yourself. As always, I like to start with my beliefs. I believe life is about service to others. I believe knowledge is power. I believe leaders can change the world. And as a participant today in our Leadership Masterclass series, we're happy to have you with us. We always like to put up an outline, and we're going to talk about pickleball, and we'll define it. We'll talk about the growth of pickleball. We'll concentrate primarily about ways that you can avoid injury and continue to enjoy the game. Well, pickleball is a sport, if you will, that resembles tennis in a way in which players use paddles to hit a perforated but a plastic ball over a net. Now, with tennis, obviously, you don't hit a plastic ball, but with pickleball, you do. So you do not have to expend as much energy, theoretically, and it's a lot of fun. And as a result, because it is not as rigorous as, say, tennis, maybe even paddleball to some extent, more and more individuals are beginning to be attracted to playing pickleball. And as a result, the game is growing exponentially. I will admit that I have played multiple times. My wife has played multiple times. And just recently, she attended a glow in the dark pickleball event. So it is a fun sport. And as we always say, we want you to play that sport, but we want you to be healthy in the process. Pickleball has become one of the fastest growing sports in America, and again, with increased popularity. And as that popularity has increased, there's also theoretically an increase in injuries and challenges that occur. And so that's what we want to minimize as you enjoy your new exercise. So, one of the themes that we will say periodically through this presentation is that we want you to get into the habit of listening to your body. Listening to your body. What does that mean? One of the things that we have said in the 2 years that we've been doing these podcasts, and again, I am a physician. I practiced surgery for over 50 years. I'm retired now. And now I'm primarily an educator. And one of the things that I've tried to convey to my patients is that the body and the mind work together. It is the mind and the brain that's in charge, if you will, but it has to work in sync physically with the body to get things done. And so my point very simply is that let's say you start a new sport and you make a move and there's pain with that movement that you've not experienced before. You need to listen to your body when that happens. Don't dismiss it. Don't say, well, it'll just go away. But our underlying theme today is that mind-body cooperation, if you will, that mind-body cooperation. Okay. So another point with pickleball is um, don't try to do too much too soon. Again, new sport, you're new to it, and regardless of how slow or how fast you play, it is a sport, it is activity. So it's important that you listen to your body. If you become very fatigued, surprisingly or dramatically, listen to your body. And if your body is telling you to rest, then you should rest. Okay. So that's one of the first points we want to get across is listen to your body and make sure that you have that close mind-body cooperation or collaboration. Some of the types, very common types of mishaps or injuries that may occur with pickleball, as you might expect, you can get a knee injury because there's a lot of running, there's a lot of stopping, there's a lot of quick turns, and you need your knees to be able to do that. Okay, and so one of the ways that you can mitigate or prevent some of those knee discomforts or maybe even knee injury is to make sure that you have the proper footwear. In other words, don't just wear your regular shoes to a pickleball match, but I would recommend going to a sports store and tell the attendant there that you're a pickleball player and that you want to get shoes specifically for playing pickleball. Okay. And so by doing that, you may be able to decrease knee injuries or any type of knee discomfort, particularly if you are older and let's say you have maybe some early arthritis or maybe have had an injury in the past some years ago. And similarly, with wrist sprain or wrist injury, and one of the things it's important to do is to make sure that the paddle is a good fit for you. The paddles are in different sizes, and depending on the size of your hand and wrist, different paddles may be more comfortable for you. And that may make it easier for you to swing either forehand or backhand and for you to participate. So, proper equipment is essential in any sport, and pickleball is no exception to that. Okay, so make sure that you have proper paddles and proper footwear as you participate in this very active and very enjoyable sport. Be very careful as you smash those overheads across the net. And in the far left corner where your opponent can't get to it to score a point, that you're careful with the shoulder. And again, if you have any inkling of any type of discomfort, listen to your body and pay attention to that. Similarly, you've heard of tennis elbow. There's actually a type of that can be a pickleball type of elbow also because there's a pronation, supination type of movement of the elbow. And many times that pain and discomfort on the lateral part of the elbow may be very similar to what you would experience if you were playing tennis. Similar with wrist sprain, because again, you have to use your wrist, and that goes along with having the appropriate paddle and the appropriate size of the paddle for yourself as you continue to do this. Okay. So enjoy the game, play the game, but again, listen to your body. And when your brain says, this is hurting, or I'm uncomfortable, or there's an issue, make sure that you don't just dismiss that issue because, so that you can continue to play the game and not stop your colleagues from assisting with you. Obviously, one of the advantages of pickleball is that it is an exercise. And whether we're talking about mental, spiritual, or physical health, it almost invariably involves some form of exercise. And indeed, with that mind-body coordination working together, exercise, when done appropriately and in moderation, in association with supervision by your physician is usually always a recommendation. So, some other ways that you can prevent injury, regardless of your age, is that it's always a good idea to warm up with any event or any type of rigorous physical activity. And I would recommend a good 5 to 10 minute warm up where you do some similar type of movements, stretches to get those muscles ready, to get the blood flowing to the muscles, because you're getting ready to actually stretch them and push them, and so you want to make sure that those muscles are ready with a good blood supply and a good blood flow. So in addition to that, after you have played, some have recommended that it's probably not a bad idea to do sort of a cool down. Maybe take a slight walk or slow walk, do a little light stretching, listening to your body, but do those things to help make sure that your body is in the maximum possible condition to be able to effectively play the game, enjoy playing the game, but at the same time, concomitantly, not end up with any type of injury, either short term or long term. And again, both of those things, all of those things require very, very close mind body communication. And as we mentioned before, it's important to make sure that you have the proper type of shoes. And as you go to the sports store, make sure that you are a pickleball player and you want shoes that are most beneficial, that are a good fit, that allow you to move easily without pain or discomfort, so that you can play the sport at the very, very highest level. So my point, very simple, is that this is simply another way where exercise can be involved in providing self-care, because we're talking about mental, physical, and spiritual health. They're all connected, and they all should be in balance with each of us. And so another significant advantage of the pickleball is that it tends to be a group activity. In other words, you would play with someone other than yourself. And so just that psychological interaction, the laughter, the running, the socializing that occurs pre, post, and during the match is fun. And fun is good mental health. It's good to have fun. And it's difficult to be depressed when you're having fun. So it's another advantage of pickleball that we want to make sure that you keep in mind.
And I agree with that.
And let me just emphasize again one of the main points that I want to make this morning is that when you have any type of pain, I'm going to call it a nagging pain, but I'll just say pain. You want to listen to your body, and if that pain continues, or even if it doesn't continue, depending on how severe it is, seek medical attention. I know we hesitate to do that, and because it might be a hassle, we may feel it's a hassle. But trust me on this. After 50 years of practice, many times I would rather err on the side of seeking too much assistance than not at all, and have it be something more serious. Okay, so make sure that you seek good medical help and good medical attention.
Doctor.
And in general, I don't see a major downside to that, because you want to be prepared. And if you take care of your body will take care of you. Let me say that again. If you take care of your body will take care of you. And particularly those of you who are aging, and I'm going to define aging as post 50. And I realize that 50 is probably the new 30. I get that.
I like that.
If you are older, feel free, if physically and mentally you enjoy pickleball, and your healthcare professional gives you the go ahead, the green light, please enjoy it, but please enjoy it responsibly and in a way that is an asset to your health and not a liability. Well, that's a wrap for today's episode of Pickleball Playbook. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed our discussion on injury prevention, don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your fellow pickleball enthusiasts. Remember, whether you're practicing your dinks, smashing overheads, or perfecting your footwork, staying informed is the key to a long and enjoyable pickleball journey. So until next time, keep swinging those paddles, stay active, and play smart. And finally, be the change that you want to see in the world. Have a terrific day.
Hmm.